I mean, at one point I thought it was the beetle from Turn Left on her back. Did anyone else think that, or am I just completely and utterly deranged? Hello guys, welcome back to NewWho HQ. The new episode .2, episode 3 from series 2. The general reaction seems to be very, very positive, so I am going to be quite a negative Nelly right now, and to be honest with you, I am feeling quite underwhelmed. I'm not normally this critical, but I've got quite a few critical points, but there are some good positives and I will get to them. But firstly, if you're new to the channel, you'd like to subscribe and give this video a like, that would help me out massively, and let me know your thoughts in the comments, because I did a Twitter poll and you know, a lot of people like this episode. I'm kind of a little bit scared that I'm the only one here that's not a fan, so hopefully someone else out there does agree with me. But as soon as, firstly, the reveal, I do want to speak about the reveal. It was beautiful, beautifully done, the reveal. The suspense, the music was immaculate. Just love it. I love the acting. That is a really good scene. That is how you reveal something from a long time ago. And the suspense was fantastic. It's just a shame the suspense didn't stay. As much as that was a fantastic reveal, I got instantly very, very nervous. And I've spoken before about why. Because a sequel to Midnight, a very beloved episode, you've got to be careful what you do. I am obviously very, very happy that they did not reveal nor defeat the Midnight entity, and I'll do a video later about the ending and what that means for it. But we got a little bit of a glimmer of what it looked like, more of an idea than in Midnight, but not enough to ruin it. It's still a mystery. We don't know what it is, like what type of thing it is, where it's from. We don't really know any of that, and it should stay that way, but I'm glad. I just felt a little bit underwhelmed at key points which I shouldn't have been. I think, firstly, I can appreciate that this is all in one room. Alright, nice little throwback to the original. Midnight was done in a very, very small space, as was this, so I do appreciate that. I just feel like throwing people around a room, we're kind of past that now. Hasn't that been done in like everything? Like, yeah, we saw something different. We saw a different power which you've never seen before. Like, it's got the power to throw people around, but it was like watching The Conjuring or something, where like people get thrown around, and I just felt like, oh right, okay, is that it? Because that's all it ever really did. It threw people around, and I'm not saying I would have wanted everyone to start repeating themselves and for it to be exactly like Midnight, but I would have liked a nod to it. I would have liked someone to start doing it. I did think at times when people went silent and they were looking at the camera, I thought, right, they're going to start repeating, but no one did. And I kind of wanted it a little bit, or I just wanted something different. I do appreciate that Rose Ayling-Ellis, the deaf actor, does make this much more suspenseful, and that she can't hear the whispering, so she doesn't know that she's been possessed or clung onto on the back. She did bring a lot of suspense just for her acting. I do like the moments where the doctor turns off his console and sort of says, keep an eye on her, she might be dangerous. And she's like, you know, I can lip read. There's a lot of stereotypes here played about deaf people, and they're played really, really well. This is a good awareness while keeping the suspense. But at times we were just sort of staring there with our guns and looking at her, and nothing's really happening, and we see little bits of the thing behind her, the Midnight entity. It just got a little bit like, this is a little bit boring. This is literally like Doctor Who's back to no budget again, and we haven't got the budget to do anything else. The suspense was played off too much. I got a little bit bored, to be honest with you. Not the biggest fan of that. I do like the fact that if you, what was it, like if you stand on it like at a certain degree, so it's like the clock face facing Midnight, you get killed. I did like that. But I don't know, I just felt underwhelmed. I wanted a little bit more. And it's not a terrible episode at all. If you compare it to Midnight, I mean, yeah, it's kind of like, oh, did you know there's now a sequel to Midnight? Don't go and watch it, because you're going to be left underwhelmed. It was poor compared to Midnight, to be honest. There are some positives in this episode, and the Midnight entity is big in this, but also the Earth situation is brought up, and that is being played off as a really important thing here. You know, we're finding out that 5,000 years, 500,000 years, I think, into the future, people have not even heard of planet Earth or even the human race, which is raising alarm bells and contributing to the mystery that we don't know what's happened to the Earth. And the episode opens quick yet again, speaking about the Earth. So it's a big thing in this episode. I do love when they play Toxic. We all love Britney Spears. Nice little throwback there to End of the World, I believe, with Christopher Eccleston in Series 1. The Psychic Paper's back as well. I feel like he has used the Psychic Paper, but nowhere near as much as like the 10th Doctor, who would whip it out every like 5 minutes. Which I don't mind, because Psychic Paper is starting to get a little bit annoying sometimes because it was being used to get out of everything. But I feel like in this situation it was good because we hadn't seen it in a long time. There's a moment where the Doctor starts crying because he hears things and the Midnight Entity knows his own name, which I would have thought that wouldn't be a shock because the Midnight Entity was in the Doctor. So would it have... Yeah, I mean, it automatically knows everything about the Doctor. So I don't know if that was played as a shock or if we're supposed to remember that, or I got that completely wrong. The Doctor cries again. I'm not going to speak about that because there's a video coming out next week about Doctor Who and showing emotion. Stay tuned for that. Full detail about that. I do like the sort of message of hope in this episode, that the Doctor says, I hope Earth is still there at the beginning, and then throughout the episode there's sort of this message that hope is irrelevant. I quite like that tie-in there. And while hope is an amazing thing, it can also be a right killer at times. And I do like the characters in this. I can't remember her name, but the main lady, I mean, to sacrifice herself at the end was brave, and she started off... I just really liked her. She grew on me. She became warmer as a character. She started off as sort of chief commander who's quite tough, into this more warmer character which sacrificed herself. At the ending, I'm going to do a video about the ending explained and my thoughts on it later on. It certainly took me off guard. There's always a twist. Does that mean that we're going to get a part 3 of Midnight? Well, hopefully not. Let's leave it there. But no, I am glad they didn't reveal I'm glad they didn't give us too many details on what the Midnight Entity was. I do appreciate that, because that was my main worry going into this about the video that I did. But yeah, I think there are positives in this. It's just very hit and miss. But I seem to be in the minority, so I'm interested to see what you guys think. So let me know in the comments. Subscribe if you are new, and give this video a like. A video will be coming out later on about the ending explained, in case anyone is confused. Well, I certainly am, so I don't know how that's going to go. But anyway, I'll see you all very, very soon.